Hi, everyone. This is Alex Trebek. Listening to Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara is really putting yourself in jeopardy. So I never do it.
Don Geronimo.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Now, postponed. Try to follow that, Rudy. Here is Rudy Martzke, America's #1 TV sports journalist, straight to the pages of USA Today. Hello, Rudy.
How you doing, guys?
Doing fantastic. Well, Rudy, I, as usual, open up the newspaper to your column today. Page 3 of USA Today. Rudy will tell you that at page 3 of the sports section, Rudy will tell you it's the most read part of the paper next to the weather map. And I see right again, good for you, Rudy, you're on top of Fox about this thing that they insist on doing during their football games of putting the score and the time left in the game in the upper left-hand corner. Now, I want to give you an example of why this doesn't work. Friday night, I'm watching the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints.
Right.
Brett Favre goes back to pass. There is a Packer receiver in the upper left-hand corner of the screen.
There you go.
They throw the pass, and you hear Madden go, "He's all over him! He's all over him!" And you know what I see? I see time left 13:52.
Right.
Green Bay 7, New Orleans 7. You totally missed the play. Please tell me that Fox is going to take that thing off the NFL games.
Well,
please, Rudy.
I've got some semi-sad news. Again, I talked with David Hill today, the Fox sports president out in L.A., and he's standing by. He says, well, nothing's set in stone in this business, but then he added, he says, he claims that the response to this has been overwhelmingly positive.
Oh, there's no way.
So few complaints, he's claiming.
Is this ego on the part of this guy, Rudy? Do you think?
Isn't he a foreign guy? He's a European guy, and he's doing it because of soccer?
Native Australian who has lived in England for a long time. Guy's a good guy, but he's just stuck on this thing. He introduced it in soccer.
Ah, that's the problem. There's the rub.
Yep. So that's why, the World Cup, where we saw this in the World Cup, that was originated by David Hill in Europe.
Really, it was very annoying as I was watching that game. But I'll tell you this, and I watched all the games this weekend. I watched the game Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. I think that the Fox production of Friday night's game was A1. Plus, I got a sound system that buzzed into my house and hooked up for me about a year ago, the surround sound.
Yeah.
And for the first time during a sports event, I don't know if the people from Fox have the wires incorrect, it sounded fantastic, where I could hear everything. My question for you is, I know that they use a bunch of different cameras. Are they miking the game differently?
Yeah, they've got, what they call 4 parabolic mics out there. Now, they do pick up a few more swear words than we've caught in the past.
I told you that, too. I heard lots of S's and lots of F's.
Yeah, but this is something that Fox said they would do this. They said, look, we'll give you more than you've ever gotten before in the NFL. And I'll tell you, they're showing us that. But, that, like you say, Don, that clock and that time have got to go. This is a campaign we're going to start up. I think in USA Today at the start of the regular season, we'll run a poll after they do the opening game. And whatever you get feedback from your viewers, you let me know, because your name hasn't been in the column in 3 or 4 days now.
I would be glad to, as soon as my viewers let me know, Rudy.
Yeah,
right now my viewers would be Elmo Duttweiler. He's the guy that sits across the street and watches us do this. I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Listen, how are Fox's ratings for their NFL games?
The National is now in today. It is a 6-8, so they went up somewhat from the 6-5 that they had for the first game. And but NBC, those meanies down the street they can look at each other from across the street up in New York. They point out that NBC had a game on an exact Friday night a year ago, and it did a 7-3.
Do you think this would be dramatically affected if we had baseball to watch on the weekends?
It might be affected by 1 or 2/10. No, let's say at the most 0.2 of a rating point.
So really not that much then.
No, but you might get like a 5% difference, something like that, a 3% difference. The funny thing about this baseball strike is it goes on now that more and more surveys can't come out that people aren't missing it. I think CNN had one the other day that said something like 75% of Americans aren't missing baseball, and that's pretty heavy.
Yeah, what about the baseball strike? Rudy, is there anything new at all to report, or is it just the same old BS?
This is what they call a mirage put up by the owners to make it look like they're sending some serious people to the table. Now, these are actually talented people they're sending to the table. to negotiate with Donald Fear and the guys from the Players Union on Wednesday. However, there is a growing feeling in the business, and you talk to these people, the network people, that it's over. I mean,
meaning that the season is over?
Yeah, the season's over. In other words, that they've pointed for 2 years, and I don't know if they meant to break the union, but here's what it comes down to: these small market clubs can only get revenue sharing from the major market clubs if there's a salary cap. So they're not going to agree to anything, and the players aren't going to agree to a salary cap.
By small market, you mean the teams like Milwaukee and San Diego?
Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, San Diego, these Seattle, the smaller markets. Baltimore here is technically with the Orioles, because they draw so many fans and have so much income, is considered a large market city, even though it's number 22 in the country.
This is the issue, really, the salary cap, where neither side is going to budge, and I don't see it getting settled anytime soon. And also, going into next season, I mean, is this, look into your crystal ball, what do you see happening down the road? Can you make a prediction?
Here's what, Mike, and I'm a little nervous because it is your wedding coming up this week, and so I'm nervous for you, so I called you Don instead of Mike.
Okay.
Look, if they somehow go past the end of the regular season here and miss the postseason, you're looking at probably way in the next season. I mean, this is stupid. It's asinine, but I mean,
hey, watch it, Rudy.
Before they settle this.
All right, let me talk to you about football again for a second. Yeah. Now, I know that there was a game on Thursday, game on Friday, game on Saturday, game on Sunday. There's a game on tonight. What is the schedule for the rest of the week? I know when I watched ESPN, I saw that there's a game on Thursday night.
Yeah, they got a game Thursday. ESPN. In fact, I was talking to our close shortstop at the Dynamite Bowl, Joe Theismann, today. They got a game in New Orleans Thursday night.
Hey, that guy that he works with, that guy is fantastic. That play-by-play guy,
Mike Patrick.
Mike Patrick. He lives in the Washington area.
Yeah, he's a good guy too. He is good.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that he's got that smooth, slicky boy delivery, but he knows when to back off that and when to let Theismann talk. I know the two of them are really good watching a game together, I think.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
that is one of the better teams out there. That's true.
There's a game on Thursday night. Is there a game on next Friday night?
Friday night, Fox has got its final preseason game.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
this is like my dream time of the year. There's football on every night of the week.
Yeah.
God, here's a pencil, Mike. Oh. I purposely threw that one a mile over your head. Thanks a lot. That was friendly fire, Mike. Okay, you know how many pencils we got? There's one more. Here we go. Watch this one. Right at the... Boom! Oh, right at the clock. Here we go.
Yeah, I think Fox has got a game at Kansas City. They got Joe Montana on.
Oh, they're on tonight too.
No, ABC's on tonight.
Right, that's the Bears and Kansas City tonight, Rudy.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that this last preseason weekend, you're right, Don. It'll be just. In fact, I was talking to a guy at ESPN today. It says, hey, starting this Thursday night, there'll be football on for the rest of the weeks for this year, virtually 4 nights a week. I mean, you're going to have some college games on Thursdays. ESPN after this, too.
I don't care about college. But anyway, I love the NFL. Glad it's back. Hey, Rudy, we're running a little late.
Okay.
Give me one snippet, one nugget we wouldn't have known if we weren't talking to you, the guru of TV sports.
On the same subject of football, NBC's joining these pregame wars now, and they're bringing back Ahmad Rashad as a co-host of their NFL Live show with Greg Gumbel, and they're also adding Jim Gray, the reporter. So they're going to try to go head-to-head with Fox and ESPN. And, in fact, on the first football weekend, the Labor Day Sunday, NBC will expand its show to a full-hour start at noon also.
Oh, so they're all going to do the same thing. All right. Hey, Rudy, we're off next week. Have a great vacation. We will talk to you, I guess, the week after opening week.
You got it.
Okay, bye, Rudy.
Okay, guys.
Bye. See you later, Rudy.
Bye.
There he is, America's, #1 TV sports journalist, Rudy Martzke. From the pages of USA Today.
I'll tell you one thing made me laugh, though. He gave the old curmudgeon he asked to do about that. Do you like reading those promos or something? No. He's better than he was the last time he was on the show. Maybe he was drunk. I don't think so. This time. Don't think there's a chance. Hello? I don't think so. You know, if it was me, he'd be like, hey, yeah, whatever, guys. Hey, Rudy. Rudy? Yeah, guys, how you doing? Rudy, well, see, it went okay with old Pat Summerall. I think Pat's into that Jingle Balaba, or the stuff that
mental alertness stuff?
Ginkgo biloba.
Okay.
Write it down. We have another one. Ginkgo biloba.
You can tell I'm not taking it.
My God, you need it.
Pat is into Ginkgo biloba. What is the real name he was trying to think of?
It's ginkgo something. I don't know. Ginkgo biloba. Right.
Ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba.
My God, I tell you, Rudy turns it into a highlight player. Unbelievable.
Well, he was surprisingly lucid. Very good.
Great. He was really fun.
You know, this whole year he's been like that. I saw him down here in Atlanta when they had the opening game, and talked to him a couple times since by phone.
Hey, is he pissed? Is he pissed at you, Rudy?
Oh, he's been off and on. Yes, he has.
I mean, is he pissed about what you wrote in your column last week when you hinted that Dick Enberg might be taking his place?
Yes. Matter of fact, here I was. I had to write what I wrote, and I said, oh, my gosh, I'll have to call him Summerall to see if he's going to be on a show, because Don wants him on. And I called him, and he gave me a little static, but not much.
You know what I forgot to read in your column, and this about golf, the Ryder Cup. What do you think about Dick Enberg's performance in the Ryder Cup? I thought he did a pretty good job.
Well, Dick's a very eloquent guy who can sum it up, and he's got the gift of the one-liners. But I think the golf aficionados know that he, after 5 years of doing golf on NBC, still doesn't know the scoring system very well.
Yeah, that's true.
And makes several mistakes there.
Okay.
And I did write, as great as Enberg is, and he's an all-timer, that Dan Hicks, this will happen next year, he's going to succeed Dick, and he'll be a more well-rounded golf anchor.
Hey, I want to go back to Summerall for 1 second. When he got pissed at you for what you wrote, what did he say to you?
He said...
Beg your pardon?
No, he said... well, at the Super Bowl last year, he said... he accused me of trying to lose his job. But this year he just said, yeah, I saw it. You're trying to get rid of me.
Oh, all right. Well, listen, let's pick the games down until they scab and bleed. We were told before Pat came on the air that he would not pick games with us.
Right. Beg your pardon.
So Rob Spiewak will be sitting in for Pat Summerall again this week.
Rob did a great job the last time he subbed for this.
He pretended he was Phil Simms last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And here he is now as Pat Summerall.
Beg your pardon.
We will pick the top 5 games of the week. We'll do it in this order. Don, Mike, Rudy, and Pat Summerall, with, of course, Pat Summerall being the only one able to comment.
Very good.
Which order am I?
You're third, Rudy.
You're third after me, like you have been for years.
Like every week for the last 10 years.
All right?
Okay.
All right, Ginkgo biloba.
First game we're picking Ginkgo biloba. That's a great Rudy-ism.
That is indeed.
The first game is Tampa Bay at Minnesota. I will take the Tampans.
Atlanta.
No, it's
I'm sorry, I was going up.
Tampa Bay and Minnesota.
I like Minnesota.
And I'll take those Vikings, too.
Minnesota just seems to have fallen apart this year. I have to go with Tampa Bay.
Thank you, Pat.
I was sitting there making fun of Pat and making fun of Rudy, and then you mentioned Tampa Bay, Minnesota. I go, I like Atlanta.
Beg your pardon.
Beg your pardon.
Next game, Jacksonville, Pittsburgh. I'll take Jacksonville.
Me too.
Oh, no, it's the Steelers' turn this time.
I agree with Rudy. If I want to keep my job at Fox, I have to agree with Rudy and go with Pittsburgh.
Next game is Tennessee and San Francisco. I'll take the Tennessees.
I like the Niners in this one.
And I'm going to go with the Youngs, even though he's not even going to play.
Beg your pardon? I think I'll go with the 94s.
The next game is Oakland at Seattle. You know, let me just break from format here for a second. This is a crappy Sunday night game, man. There have been no good Sunday night games this year.
You don't like watching that Seattle defense play?
Oh, I hate games like Oakland and Seattle, and I hate any AFL West games.
You know what? You know what? You're right, Don. The West Coast teams in the AFC draw the lowest ratings on Monday Night Football.
Why would they give a crap game like this to ESPN?
Well, for one, you got Mike Holmgren, and then who's a big name going in. Plus, the Raiders are always they are supposed to be a good draw, and they're actually a surprisingly decent team this year.
Well, all right, Oakland and Seattle. I'll take Seattle.
I'll take Seattle also.
Give me Oakland.
Seattle's smothering defense makes them a player, so I've got to go with Seattle.
Way to go.
Thank you, Pat. And finally, the Monday night game, Buffalo at Miami. I will take Miami.
I'm going to take Buffalo.
There's no question that Dan Marino and his guys have got it this time.
Too much info, Rudy. And Pat?
I'm thirsty.
Okay, who do you like, though?
Beg your pardon? I like Jimmy Johnson's hair, so we have to go with Miami.
There you go. Go with Miami. And Rudy, before we let you go, of course, Rudy's column featured most days in USA Today. Rudy, what is your nugget? Something we would not know if we were not talking to you, the guru of TV sports.
Okay, guys, here it is. Steve Young might be only 1 or 2 games away from the end of his career. He's going to be out for probably a couple weeks, and when he comes back after he gets his next hit, it looks like it. The 49ers don't expect him to finish the season, and he'll probably retire.
Who wants to make a trade? Listen, Rudy Martzke, Pat Summerall, brought to us this week by Vienna Jewelry and Estate Buyers, your source for jewelry, diamonds, and watches. Call them on the net. See them on the net at viennajewelry.com or call them at 703-938-0000. Thank you, Rupert.
Okay, guys.
Thank you. And next week, I've been told it's Bryant Gumbel's brother?
Yes. In fact, he was just, Greg Gumbel was just on the phone with Bryant, and I said, hey, look, all the personality went to you, Greg, and he didn't laugh.
Yeah. He'll be good next week.
Yeah, and you and Mouse have a good weekend eating all that Ginkgo biloba.
Ginkgo biloba.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ginkgo biloba.
I'm taking double dosings.
All right. Goodbye, Rudy.
Double dosings.
Okay, goodbye.
That's right. I missed
Did he say double doses?
He said dosings. I missed my dosing of Ginkgo biloba.
We'll be back in a moment.
Hello, hey. Well, see? Rudy's Vaseline brought her right out of her shell. It's a real icebreaker.
I've been thinking it over, and I think you guys planted that.
Oh, you're such a liar, Rudy.
Rudy, this is how Rudy's mind works when he has time to noodle it all through.
You are such a liar, Rudy. So how are you, Rupert?
Yeah, good. It's at least a decent day here in Atlanta. Apparently, I know in New York it's snowing.
It's nasty up there.
Oh, yeah.
You know our big news, Rudy, that we're going on in New York.
When I was on hold, I heard that. Congratulations, guys!
Yes.
It's you're now in the official big time, but you've already been big timers, 60-some station.
And Rudy, when we're getting ready to go on in New York City, nothing would grease the skids more than maybe a little mention in your column.
Oh yeah, when are you guys going on?
February 28th.
Okay.
WNEW-FM.
Why don't you have Charlie call and give me a little reminder? I'm writing it down now.
Gotcha. Rudy, before I actually talk to you about sports, how would you feel about taking a quiz about sex?
Well, I can't back out like Hannah that quickly, but what is this? Quite a raunchy quiz, huh?
This is the way we'll tell you, Rudy. Everybody took the quiz. Don, myself, Buzz, and
Rob, Charlie, everybody took it.
And we had a champion figure
I'll take it, but there may not be some questions I'm able to answer.
They're all yes or no.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Rudy, have you ever passionately kissed a member of the same sex?
No.
Have you ever had an interracial love partner?
No.
Have you ever used toys prior to or during sex?
No. I'm thinking I went over, but no.
Have you ever masturbated while watching porno?
No.
All right, let's end this right here.
I will tell you, Rudy, I will tell you, we all...
Wait, that one, one time in a motel room. Southern Virginia.
Thank you for being honest.
All right.
Okay.
Rudy, have you ever had sex while watching porno? Like with the mouth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever had a homosexual dream?
No.
You ever had a homosexual fantasy?
No.
Have you ever had sex with someone in the same sex?
No. There's no homosexual questions in this one, Don.
It's a sex quiz. Have you ever had sex in your parents' house?
Yes.
Have you ever had sex during menstruation?
Yes.
Have you ever had sex with a total stranger?
Well, depends what a total stranger is.
That's a yes.
Yeah, that's probably yes.
Rudy, what is your total estimated number of sex partners?
8, 9.
8 or 9.
That's about it.
Okay.
Rudy, have you ever had sex on an airplane?
No.
Have you ever had sex in a public place?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
No, I have not.
No,
I'm just trying to think what...
I thought that might have been a hell yes.
I thought he said hell yes.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay, no to the public place question.
Rudy, you ever fantasize about your mother?
No.
You ever fantasize about your coworkers?
Yes.
You ever fantasize about the spouses of coworkers?
Yes.
You ever have a real spanking during sex? Not a light tap, but an actual spanking?
No.
Have you ever driven a partner to homosexuality? This is what we came up with just for Charlie Stossel.
I've got to think this one over here. I mean,
Wow. Shocker.
I'm just trying to think of whoever.
Have you ever... He's really answering the question. He's trying to go back over all his relationships.
Trying to go back over 30-some years here.
Have you ever driven a woman to lesbianism?
No, I don't think that. No.
Okay, the answer is no.
And finally, Rudy, have you ever had multiple partners in one session?
No, I have not.
Very good.
Well, I think Rudy lines up with most of us on this.
Well, Rudy, out of the 19 questions that were yes or no, Rudy had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 no's.
12 no's.
Very good, Rudy.
Very good. Right in the middle of the pack with all of us, Rudy.
You did very well, Rudy.
Well, you know what's? Here's the sad thing that it's just kind of normal people listening to your show. I mean, come on, I figure we'd all be on one end of the scale here.
No, actually, the Boy Scout was Rob.
Out of everybody on the show, the person who did the best on this quiz, best being having the most no answers, was Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Mike, then Charlie Broyhill, then me, and then Buzz. Buzz was the worst.
Buzz was the dirty birdie of the group.
But that's not surprising.
Of course, no, it's not. There you go. All right, Rupert, how about a nugget? Something we would not have known if we were not talking to you, the guru of TV sports.
Okay, guys, how about this?
How about this?
New defensive coordinator of the Redskins, Ray Rhodes.
Yes.
Not the world's biggest friend with Norv Turner, the head coach. Does look like they're trying to beef up his defense, though. But I think from what I'm told is that there's extra pressure on Norv now that this Rhodes was picked by the owner, Dan Snyder, and it's the first guy on Norv's staff that's been a real head coach candidate. That not that Ray Rhodes has had the world's greatest record, although he started out pretty well with the Eagles. And there's extra pressure on Norv this coming year with the new defensive coordinator situation, the way Rhodes was hired.
So what's the nugget?
That's it. That's what I'm just trying to people will file this.
All right, I'd just rather you say you don't have a nugget this week. Rudy Martzke from USA Today is brought to you by Glory Days Grill. Great food, great sports. 5 locations in the D.C. Metro: Burke, VA, Dale City, VA, Sterling, VA, Centerville, VA, and now their new Germantown, MD location.
No nugget, but thanks for playing the quiz there.
See, the one I had in today's paper, I thought you guys would count as a nugget.
Hold on. What did you have? I saw you had something about Hannah Storm.
If the Redskins really continue this serious impasse with Stephen Davis on his contract, they're liable to be the team that bites with the Lions for using their 12th pick to get Barry Sanders to come out of this one-year retirement.
I don't see that in your column today.
I thought I had it in the...
No, I see Daytona 500.
Yeah, down in the bottom notes. But,
around the dial?
Yeah.
No, I don't see that in here. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, CNNSI Peter King says, look for the Redskins. Okay, Rudy, you got me.
It'd be interesting to see Barry Sanders in a Redskins uniform.
I think it would be great.
That's a good nugget.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with repeating a nugget that you print in the newspaper.
Absolutely.
You did the well, you said tell me something we don't know.
All right.
You got to read the whole column now, Don.
Gotcha. No, you got me there, Rudy.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk to you next week.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, Rupert.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Johnny Vaseline.
Very interesting hearing him take the quiz. Because he was really taking it like a real quiz.
And how about Hannah Storm figuring out that it was Vaseline? Sure.
Vaseline. She had it. We will be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Oh, coming. Oh, it's Michael. Rudy Martzke, how's the USA Today?
Return your call, Arlis. Which of your clients have I slandered now?
Listen, there's a little rumor flying in the air. I thought it might blow your way.
Blow me.
The venerable voice of a certain LA team may jump cross town if he doesn't get a new 3-year deal from www.I-got-more-money-than-God-new-team-owner.com.
Arlis, you leak more than the Exxon Valdez.
Here I am trying to do my good friend a solid.
Hey, let me repay you for this little windfall. How would you like your byline in my column next week while I'm on vacation?
You're repaying me by having me do your job for you.
Think about it, Arlis. National media, USA Today. You can write whatever you want about whomever you want.
You'll laugh until your uterus falls out. The Don Don and Mike Show.
All right, here we go. We're going to get the hookup with Australia.
Yes, and the star of Arli.
Talk to Rudy Martzke. Rudy's segment this week is brought to you by Pev's Paintball. We got to go there and play paintball again sometime.
We do. 'Tis the season.
Visit their newest location in Sterling, Virginia. Call in 703-709-7387 or online at www.pevs.com. And now joining us from the future.
Yes, the future. We're actually calling tomorrow.
Time Machine joining us from Australia, where it is tomorrow. Here is Rupert Martzke.
Hey, great, guys. I can see it in the future, just like you said, and I'm looking out the window of this hotel in Sydney, seeing the sun come up. It's 8:10 in the morning here.
Man, and what time is it in Sydney, Rudy?
About 10 after 8.
Oh, 10 after 8. Okay, all right. Well, yeah, that's good.
So have you adjusted to Australia time, or are you still living on United States time?
No, I got here Tuesday night Australia time, and it takes everybody 2 full days. You wake up at 4 a.m. no matter what time you go to bed. And then after about the third day, it starts kicking in, you can sleep till 7.
So when you're over there, NBC must give you... You bring Mouse with you?
She's coming later, maybe a week from now, and if things go as good as they are for me, I think I'll just tell her to stay behind.
NBC must just be giving you... I mean, they must roll out the red carpet, right? I mean, anywhere you go, everything you do.
No, I mean, look at when the critical reviews start coming in, then the red carpet gets rolled up.
Well, when will the critical reviews happen? Will those happen during the Olympics or after the Olympics?
Well, Don, I think you know me very well. That's why you asked the question. Certainly about the last one I write. I'll start ripping them.
There you go. And that
closing ceremonies, I'll rip. I know that.
How are you enjoying Australia? Is this the first time you've been to Australia, Rudy?
Yes, I mean, for most Americans, yes, but they depend on the Americans for the bulk of their foreign travel, and they're hoping that these games, will obviously boost tourism here. And I'll tell you what, it is as beautiful as they say. I mean, you see the sights, and I'm sure you're going to stay home tonight, Don, listening to the Omar interview. You're probably just going to see about 3 minutes of these Olympics. But
I'm going to watch none of it, Rudy. None of it.
None of it?
No.
Okay, when you get home tonight, watch the last half hour. The Kathy Freeman, the Australian Aborigine sprinter, track sprinter. He gets to light the torch, and this is probably the best torch lighting ceremony. It's like a Star Wars situation.
Listen, Rudy, as far as I'm concerned, lighting the torch, BFD. Okay, I don't get into
not the world's biggest.
All the women will like it.
I don't get into the pomp and circumstance of it. I don't get into the all of the people with the flags there. It's just a drag, man. It just means that for 3 weeks, some good TV shows won't be on the air. For 3 weeks, I'm not going to be able to watch Frasier. That's all that means. But now when you're over there, seriously, with these guys, who's the main guy? Is it Bob Costas the main guy?
Yeah, Costas will be the main host again, and then on the weekends, it's in actually the morning, I think between 10 a.m. and noon on weekdays, Hannah Storm is the host, and she's pregnant again, expecting her third child.
My God, that woman is always pregnant.
Who's the father?
Who's the father? No, Dan Hicks is here. He's her father. I mean, he's her husband.
Bob Costas.
Yeah, right. Pat O'Brien.
Pat O'Brien's the father?
No, well, he's the father, yes, but not. I don't think of her kids. He's the host of the CNBC show, and Jim Lampley, your favorite guy, the host of the MSNBC.
Well, see, now you won't be able to worry about seeing Lampley if he's MSNBC.
He'll be.
Well, O'Brien, let me tell you, O'Brien might even come knocking on his door and take a couple minutes of his time.
So, how are you occupying your evenings in Australia, Rudy?
Last night was the first night. Actually, 2 nights ago, we had a USA Today party right overlooking the Opera House. This Sydney Opera House is
the famous landmark. We all know what it is. Yeah, right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mike. Okay.
Mike, anyway, I didn't know.
You know what it is. You just what it is it's that architectural building with all the you've seen it on postcards and stuff like that.
Maybe I have.
Yeah, you have.
I'm a dumb guy.
All right, Rudy, why don't you explain what it is?
No, don't.
Yeah, well, look,
phone.
It took 17 years to build. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Rob just drew me a picture of it. You're right. I do know what it is.
That's exactly. Rob, fantastic job.
That's very good off the top of your head.
Hey, Rudy, Rob just did a great job of drawing the Sydney Opera House.
I've seen it.
Yeah, okay. Well, then, so we had a party there 2 nights ago, and then last night went out and experienced the Australian people in all their bars and restaurants watching the live opening ceremonies. And this country cares more about its sports, or at least because it's so small in population. There's only 19 million people. America's had many Olympics that it's hosted, so it's no big deal. Such as the Atlanta Games, and here they haven't had one in 44 years.
Hey, listen,
they get all excited.
Listen, is Arli on over there?
I think they carry it because I know that they carry Sex in the City.
Have you been
fantastic?
Have you been spotted by any Australians when they've said, "Look, it's Rudy Martzke from TV's Arli"?
No, they usually say that'll be $4 for that drink.
Yeah, and how much?
I don't get any price off any drinks.
Rudy,
nothing like that.
How much is a beer? How much is a mixed drink?
I tell you what, beers are $4 Australian, but that comes out to about $2, maybe 20 cents or $2.15 US.
So that's a little better.
The Australian dollar is the lowest it's ever been against the American dollar right now, and the mixed drinks are a buck or so higher, but that's it.
Are they, when you go to a bar and you get yourself a nice mixed drink, a cocktail, is it a regular sized cocktail, or do they short shift you? Do they give you like the half the glass of booze?
They give you this is like being an American, Don, with a kind of a twisted British accent. I mean, this is it's what you'd expect in the U.S. The only thing is their Australian beers are better than a lot of the American beers.
I hear they're stronger.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of like a lot of these European beers that people like, and but you can order, let's say, a light beer here, and it's not all pasteurized or whatever the Americans do.
Pasteurized.
Yeah, pasteurized. Well, it's close to whatever.
Do you have porno in your room?
I have not really turned on the Australian TV too much. I'm sure there are some here, Don. But
why don't you look at the menu right now in your hotel room? If you have SpectraVision or something,
SpectraVision.
Yeah, you can tell us.
Yeah, we got something like that here.
Really? What are your choices? What could you watch?
Wait. Let me just drop the phone for a second. Come right.
All right.
Now there's a middle-aged man running across the floor in his underwear. That is, before noon, he's not a functioning man.
No. We're getting him at his most lucid, though.
Right.
Yeah. It's morning, so that's
So I just
another half hour. I'm fading. Okay, let's see. Here's what: free movie with room service, and
but what about dirty movies?
Trying to see what they got in here.
Yeah, see what the SpectraVision assortment is.
It is. Somebody's at the door. Hold, let me just get the door.
Okay. Are you getting your breakfast?
Go get the door. All right, and while Rudy walks, here's the sound. As he walks across the room.
Good eye, Mr. Martzke. Here are your eggs, sir.
I will just wait for Rudy to come down.
Freddie
Morning.
Was it Freddie Edelstein?
Hello?
Good morning, it's O'Brien.
Is this Pat O'Brien?
Yes, it is.
What are you doing waking Rudy up at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Rudy, I came back from working out. Rudy's standing out in the hallway with a cup in his hand.
He just saw you.
Take a coin out of here and come on the radio.
Hey, Pat, can you tell us, does Rudy have SpectraVision in his room? Is he allowed to get adult channels?
No, they've cut him off. He has one channel in here, CNN.
One channel. Okay. Hey, put Rudy back on.
Hold on a second.
I got nothing to say to Pat O'Brien.
Pat O'Brien coming back. Rudy out in the hallway in his underwear. Were you out in the hallway in your underwear, Rudy?
It was not my underwear. No, I had my pants on.
Well, I've got to ask, why after working out was Pat O'Brien coming to your hotel room at 8 o'clock in the morning?
Well, no, because he was out in the hallway here, and I saw him earlier when I was getting a cup of coffee.
Well, I thought you
all
said...
he shows, I'm looking at this thing, all he shows is dialing instructions.
Wait, hold on. I thought you said someone was at your door.
Yeah, that was Pat O'Brien.
Okay, then I ask again.
Yeah.
Why was Pat O'Brien, after working out, coming to your hotel room
And knocking on your door.
at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, you get here and you get a little lonely.
There you go. Thank you.
All right. All right. Hey, Rudy, let's pick some games, okay? We have five games we're picking this week. And here we go.
Okay.
Just tell Pat to make himself comfortable. You'll be off the phone in 1 minute.
He's reading the morning paper.
All right. The first game we're picking, Buffalo at the Jets. I'll take the Jets. Mike.
I'm going to go with Buffalo.
Rudy.
I'll go with the Jets. They're at home.
All right. Next game we're picking is Philly at Green Bay. I'll take Green Bay.
The Pack is back.
Rudy.
Well, the Pack isn't really back, but I'll take them anyway.
Tampa Bay at Detroit. I'll take the Tampans.
No way this is going to suck. I got to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Well, their defense is too good. And the Lions just beating the Redskins, that wasn't much.
Denver at Oakland. I'll take Denver.
I'll tell you, I got to go with Denver, too, and I can't think of a rhyme with Bronco.
I'm going with Oakland.
And the other game that Broyhill has is Baltimore at Miami. But I think we should pick the Redskins game. The Monday night game is our final game.
Yeah, because I'm actually very curious as to what's going on with that.
Dallas at Washington. The Dallas Cowboys.
I'm amazed. I'm going to go with the Washington Redskins.
I'm going to Redskins. They got to win one here.
And not only that, you can take the Cowboys and the points, and you'll be rich. Redskins are giving 10 points in this game. Absolutely. All right, well, listen, Rudy, I know that you have a morning full of Olympic events and fellatio.
Yeah, Pat and I have a lot of things to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you just let him tie your kangaroo down.
And writing columns and fellatio and all kinds of stuff in fellatio. So have a great time. We'll talk to you next weweek. We need you to hold on, please. Hold on,
fellatio.
Hold on a second. Pat O'Brien.
Wow. Good morning, Rudy. My workout's done. I'll be over right after my workout.
Rudy, I won't be ignored.
Oh, jeez, Pat. God. Wait, oh, God, Pat.
All right, Rudy Martzke brought to you by Peb's Paintball.
Oh, man.
All right, he's not pickled yet. We'll be back.